Today's program is Srimati V.N. Lakshmi Srinivas Rao and Sri V.N. Srinivas Rao Endowment Program. Sri Srinivas Rao had the great privilege of seeing Bhagavan Ramana and interact with him once, and he has documented his experience in an article that he has shared with us, which says, "Was it a day with Bhagavan or a lifetime?" Sri V.N. Srinivas Rao was residing in Madras at that time, and he was a lawyer. He had just finished his law in the Lincoln Inn University, and he was new to law, and there was a knock at the door at 9 o'clock in the night. And when he opened the door, he found one lady, and he found out that she was Mrs. Ranganayaki Ammal. And Ranganayaki Ammal told that she wants to put a case to the ashram management, because the ashram management says that she is not allowed to enter the ashram and he needs to fight a case for her. And Srinivas Rao was perplexed, and he asked her, why do they think that, why are they not allowing you to enter the ashram? And she said, they think I am mad. But he saw that she was speaking English, good English, and how can she be mad? What is the problem? So he told, today it's very, very late. Why don't you come tomorrow? Then we'll talk about it. And this was the lesson that he had learned from his father, Vishwanath Rao, that if they go and come back the next day, then alone they are very, very persistent. Otherwise, they would have forgotten about the case. So she came the next day, and she told that he has to fight a case against the Ramanashramam. And he asked her, who is this Ramana Maharshi? And she was shocked. Don't you know who is Ramana Maharshi? And she gave a huge lecture about who Ramana Maharshi was. And then later it was planned that he would see and talk to Ramana Maharshi before taking up the case. That was the decision that was taken. And on one fateful day, the charges was taken up by that lady, and he landed up at Tiruvannamalai. And from the station, he was taken by a Jataka cart, and he was brought to ashram, and there he finished his morning tasks, and he entered, and I read out from his experience. He says, my memory is of a large room. It was cold and early in the morning. At one end, there was a couch, and Sri Ramana Maharshi was sitting, clad only in his loincloth. He was crouched in front of a stove which was full of glowing coal, and he had his hand extended in front of the warm embers. I think I impulsively prostrated myself. He looked up and pointed to me, and he asked someone something. There was a whispered conversation. The outcome was that I was conducted to an inner room where I was delighted to partake of hot idlis and coffee. After the breakfast, I came back to the main hall. The hall was quite packed with people by that time. He mentioned me to sit somewhere in front. After some time, when everyone sat in silence, a gentleman from the audience got up and addressed the following question to me. I gather that you are a lawyer and that you are here to take up a case to arrange re-entry of Mrs. Ranganayaki Ammal. Are you aware that she is mad? I cannot remember whether I got up. I replied, my name is V.N. Srinivas Rao, and I am a barrister, sir. May I know your kind name? The gentleman drew himself up. I am doctor something. I said, as a practicing doctor, sir, would you be in a position to let me have a certificate related to Mrs. Ranganayaki Ammal's madness? He was very upset with my statement. He paused for a moment as if he would reply. Then he suddenly shrugged and sat down. I must have looked quizzical at Maharshi, for he addressed a question to me. Who are you and what do you want? I said, I represented Mrs. Ranganayaki Ammal, who desired admission to ashram. As the ashram authorities have refused her admission, I wanted to ascertain that Maharshi's wish before proceeding to take up the case. I only remember his kindly face as I spoke on. He pointed to a place in front row and asked, "Is that woman who used to sit there?" I looked at the place he showed. He said, "Where is she?" I replied that I had instructed her also to come to Tiruvannamalai and that I had told her to wait at the gate of the ashram. He queried, "Will she be there?" I replied firmly in the affirmative. He then said, "You can bring her." Then was a hushed silence in the hall as I made my way to the main door and to the gate. True enough, Mrs. Ranganayaki Ammal was very much there outside the gate, as she had promised me. I beckoned to her, and said as usual as I could, "The Maharshi has asked me to bring you to the hall. You are to behave yourself, please. Don't demonstrate, please. Control yourself and behave with dignity." She swayed slightly, and taking a firm grip of her umbrella, she nodded to me and followed me meekly to the hall. We entered the hall, and then, to my utter horror, Mrs. Ranganayaki Ammal, throwing all restraint to the wind, ran in crying loudly, "Ramana, Ramana," right up to him. I only recollect running up behind her and remonstrating with her to behave herself, and suddenly realizing the relevance of Maharshi's earlier indication, I persuaded her to take her seat at the exact place pointed out by him earlier. Then later he continues that he was told to take lunch with Bhagavan Ramana. Later, Bhagavan showed him all around the ashram, the place where Paul Brinton stayed, and showed the albums of the ashram and especially the pictures of cow Lakshmi. And he instructed, "Please to stay back for dinner and then catch your train." And in the dinner time, he was led up to an inner hall where only two banana leaf plates were laid and one for the Maharshi, and just in front of him was one more plate for V.N. Srinivas Rao. And Srinivas Rao asked, "Can I talk while we are eating?" And Ramana told, "Surely." But Srinivas Rao told, "But I have heard that you don't talk while eating." But Ramana, with his smile, told, "You can talk and I will listen." And there was a conversation which happened, and one of the important questions that he asked was, the people at the ashram said Mrs. Ranganayaki Ammal was mad. Still, in your company, she behaves quite normal. Ramana replied, "Some people come here quarter mad and they go back half mad. Some people come here half mad and then go back fully mad. Some people come here fully mad and they go back fully all right. It is so wonderful and inexplicable." I remember making my namaskaram to him and taking leave of him and getting into my tonga to the journey back to the station. As the train was getting ready to leave, there was a noise at the door of my compartment, and my slurly old friend, the station master, entered. He held my hand in his. His face was alive with a bright light. He said, "I heard all about it. You met Maharshi, did you not? Do you realize how blessed you are?" The author passed away in January 1993, peacefully in his sleep. He never went back to ashram again, but the blessing of Bhagavan was with him all the time. In February 1983, he records in his diary that he achieved Mano Nasha and discovered the bliss of union with the true self. We have with us daughter of Sri V.N. Srinivas Rao, Srimati Mallika Rao. I request Srimati Mallika Rao to speak a few words on this occasion.
Namo Ramana. Pranams to Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Namaskarams and greetings to you all. A beautiful dance drama on Bhagavan with superb choreography, direction and music to enlighten our mind and soul. I congratulate the child devotees of RMCL for their lovely performance today. Each child artist is a star performer of this cultural show. The endowment for RMCL Culturals is instituted by my niece, Srimati Sheila Suresh, in honor of her maternal grandparents, V.N. Lakshmi Srinivasa Rao and V.N. Srinivasa Rao, who are parents of my sister Nirmala Mohan and me. My mother, Srimati Lakshmi, was a lover of fine arts, classical music, and dance. My father, Sri V.N. Srinivasa Rao, was barrister at law, High Court of Madras, and research scholar in the legal world. He became an Atmartha devotee of Sri Ramana Maharishi after meeting Bhagavan at Tiruvannamalai Ashram in the year 1943. The endowment for RMCL Culturals instituted by Sheila Suresh is indeed a fitting tribute. My uncle Sri A.R. Natarajan and aunt Srimati Sulochana Natarajan are the founding pillars and source of inspiration to RMCL. With dedication, their daughters Sharada Natarajan and Ambika Kameshwar continue to hold high the torch of RMCL. Sheila Suresh and I are blessed to be part of this cultural event today. Thanks to you all and hugs to all the children who performed today. Namo Ramana. Thank you.
Thank you. I request Srimati Sheila Suresh to speak a few words on this occasion.
I'd just like to say that I've always been inspired actually by my grandparents. So that's the reason why I thought of, having the endowment program. And also because we are ardent followers of Bhagavan Ramana and pursue the path of self-inquiry, as well as the artistic format of, the Bhakti Marga, which is music, dance, and culture. And we are also trained in classical music and dance. And my sister and I, our inspiration has always been Sharada and Ambika. And we were very close to them when my parents were in Delhi, where they were based. And we have kept up the communication and the relationship. And that is why I just wanted to contribute to this beautiful cultural center and all the good work that they've been doing over the years. Thank you, Sharada.
Thank you. For us who are staying in Bangalore, Ramana has come to our home, our own place, in the form of the Ramana shrine at the Makery Circle. I myself personally was introduced to Ramana when I came as a little boy to attend a program, and later I came to perform in a competition in that holy place, which is the Bangalore Arunachala for our dear children. There's story of one girl, just like any one of us, and she is fed up of this world, which is devoid of love. Nobody has time to show love, or nobody has time to take care of her. Everybody is busy doing their own work. Her mother is busy and only scolding her to get ready, do this work, do that work, read well. And the father also busy with his work. And the teachers are always constantly scolding the children because they want all the children to learn and do well in all the subjects. So she is not able to find this love, not even with her friends. And she is fed up and she decides, I'm going to leave home. And I'm going to go in search of true love. And she ends up coming to the Ramana shrine. And there she sees a photograph of a beautiful, handsome man who is smiling and with so much of love in his eyes, and he is waiting for her with a smile, as if he is just waiting for only that little girl to come. And she says that I want to be here. And the poetic liberty, Ramana appears in his physical form and says, why are you crying, my little girl? I will take you to Arunachala. Come, let us go to Arunachala. And there she sees that how Ramana's love is available to everyone. When we say everyone, not only the human beings, not only the human children, but that love is available to the monkey, the Nundi, who had broken his leg. And it is available to Kamala the dog and her little puppies. And that very same love is available to the great seekers of truth and also the poor, humble shepherd, men and women. And that very same love is available to cow Lakshmi and her family. And that very same love is available again to the little children. And after she enjoys the day with Ramana, she finds herself alone again in the Ramana shrine and she is worried. Ramana, where did you go leaving me? And the inner voice, Ramana, says, I have not gone anywhere. I am here. Look within your heart. I am here. I and you are not separate. We are the same. And she realizes that Ramana resides in her heart, and that very same Ramana, who is the embodiment of love, lies in every heart. And once she had seen the love of Ramana within herself, she sees only love. She finds her own parents loving her back, and she finds her friends who are more loving and playing with her, and she joins others, and they all sing and dance the glory of Ramana, who is love. Olumeye Ramana. We have the story of that little girl.
ಏನು ಬೇಡ ನನಗೆ ಯಾರು ಬೇಡ, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಬಂಧು ಬಳಗ ಬೇಡ, ಗೆಳತಿ ಬೇಡ ನನಗೆ ಗೆಳೆಯ ಬೇಡ, ಕೋಪಗೊಳ್ಳುವರು ಯಾರು ಯಾರೂ ಬೇಡ. ಊಟವ ಮಾಡು, ಪಾಠವ ಹೇಳು, ಬಟ್ಟೆಯ ಮಡಚು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದ ಕೇಳು. ಊಟವ ಮಾಡು, ಪಾಠವ ಹೇಳು, ಬಟ್ಟೆಯ ಮಡಚು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದ ಕೇಳು ಎಂಬುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಯಾಕೆ ಮುದ್ದನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತ ನಗುತ್ತ ನಗುತ್ತ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ? ಅಮ್ಮಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ, ಅಪ್ಪಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ, ಗೆಳತಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ. ಅಮ್ಮಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ, ಅಪ್ಪಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ, ಗೆಳತಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ. ಇಂದು ಇಂದು ತನ್ನಯದೇ ಕೆಲಸ. ನನಗೆಂದು ಹೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೊತ್ತಿದ್ದರೂ ಮುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆಂದು ಹೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೊತ್ತಿದ್ದರೂ ಮುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೂ ಕೆಲಸ, ನನಗೆ ಯಾರು ಬೇಡ. ಯಾರೋ ಇವನು ಅಕ್ಕರೆ ತುಂಬಿಹ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ನೋಟದಿ ನೋಡುವುದು. ಯಾರೋ ಇವನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗಾಗಿ ಇರುವಂತೆ ಕುಳಿತಿಹುದು. ಯಾರೋ ಇವನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇವನ ನೋಡುತ್ತಲೇ ನನಗೆ ನಗಬೇಕು ನಗಬೇಕು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಇವನ ನೋಡುತ್ತಲೇ ಓಡಿ ತಪ್ಪಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಎಂದನಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾರೋ ಇವನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇವನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೇಳುತ್ತಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು ಎಂದನಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಎನ್ನವನ ಇವ ಯಾರಿವನು ಮಾತಾಡುವನ ನನ್ನೊಡೆಗಿವನು ಗೆಳೆಯನಾಗುವನ ನನಗಿವನು ಗೆಳೆಯನು ಆಗುವನ ನನಗಿವನು.
ಓ ಪುಟ್ಟ, ಯಾಕಮ್ಮ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ?
ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಬೇಡ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ, ಈಗ ನೀನು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ?
ಸರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ?
ಬಾ ಬಾ, ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಹತ್ತೋಣ, ಸುತ್ತೋಣ, ಆಡೋಣ, ನಮ್ಮವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸೋಣ.
ತಾತ ತಾತ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮಕ್ಳಿದಾರಾ?
ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಇದಾರೆ. ಒಬ್ರಲ್ಲ ಇಬ್ರಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪುಟ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡು ಪುಟ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡು, ಒಂದು ಮಗು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದೆ. ನಡಿ ನಡಿ.
ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ತಾತ?
ಛೆ 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 ಛೆ. ದೊಡ್ಡಣ್ಣ ಕೋತಿ ಇವನನ್ನ ಕಚ್ಚಿ ಗಾಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಪಾಪ. ನೋಡು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರು ತಗೊಂಬಾ ಪುಟ, ಇದ್ರ ಗಾಯ ತೊಳೆಯೋಣ.
ಭಗವಾನ್, ನಾವು ಈ ಕೋತಿ ಮರಿನ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಗುಂಪು ಇದನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಮರಿನ ನಾವು ಈ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಓ ನೋಂಡಿ ಮರಿ, ಭಲೆ ಭಲೆ ಎದ್ದು ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ? ಈಗ ಹುಷಾರಾಗಿದೀಯಾ? ಬಾ ಬಾ, ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿ. ಪುಟ್ಟ, ನೀನಿನ್ನೂ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅವಳ ಹೆಸರು ಕಮಲ. ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗಿ 11 ದಿನ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ದಿನ ಪುಣ್ಯ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಓತನ. ನೋಡು ನೋಡು, ಅವಳ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಾ?
ತಾತ, ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಊಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಾ?
ಊಟ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮಿಗಿಲಾಗಿ ಒಂದನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಗಾಳಿಯು ತರುವುದು ತಂಪು, ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತರುವುದು ಇಂಪು. ಗಾಳಿಯು ತರುವುದು ತಂಪು, ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತರುವುದು ಇಂಪು. ರಮಣನು ತರುವುದು ಏನು ಏನು? ಗಾಳಿಯು ತರುವುದು ತಂಪು, ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತರುವುದು ಇಂಪು. ರಮಣನು ತರುವುದು ಏನು? ಅಕ್ಕರೆ ತೋರಿ ಸಂತಸ ತರುವ ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ. ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಂಧುಗಳು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಶುಭ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಆಶ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ತಾತ ಎಲ್ರತ್ರನೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ.
ಹೌದು.
ಅರೆ, ನನ್ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿರೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು?
ಅದೇ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಪವಾಡ.
ಚಿನ್ನಿ, ನಿನಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಗುಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ? ಬಾ, ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯ ರೂಪವು ಏನು?
ಧರಣಿಯೇ ತಾನೇ.
ಕೋಪದ ರೂಪವು ಏನು?
ಅಗ್ನಿಯೇ ತಾನೇ.
ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯ ರೂಪವು ಏನು? ಧರಣಿಯೇ ತಾನೇ. ಕೋಪದ ರೂಪವು ಏನು? ಅಗ್ನಿಯೇ ತಾನೇ.
ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪವು ಏನು?
ನಮ್ಮ ರಮಣ. ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪವೇ ನಮ್ಮ ರಮಣ. ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪವು ಏನು? ನಮ್ಮ ರಮಣ. ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪವೇ ನಮ್ಮ ರಮಣ. ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರಮಣ, 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 ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರಮಣ.
ನೀನಿನ್ನೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರಿವಾರನ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಾ, ಅವರನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ.
ತಾತ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ರನ್ನೂ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ?
ಎಲ್ರೂ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಈಗ ನೋಡು, ನೀನು ಇವರನ್ನ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಹೇಗೆ? ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂದ, ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಸ್ವಭಾವ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಇದನ್ನ ಮರ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಇದನ್ನು ಮರೆತರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಮರೆಯದೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸಹಜವಾದ ತನ್ನ ಒಲುಮೆ ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಭಗವಾನ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೊಸ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇವತ್ತು.
ಹೌದಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಭೂಗೋಳ, ಇದು ಇತಿಹಾಸ. ಬೇಷ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ರಟ್ಟಾಕಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀಯ ಮಗು ನೀನು. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗಣಿತದ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಬಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೆ.
ತುಂಟ
ಭಗವಾನ್,
ಓ,
ಅಮೆರಿಕದಿಂದ ಯಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಆಟದ ಸಾಮಾನುಗಳನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಓ, ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿವೆ. ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಬನ್ನಿ ಬನ್ನಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಗೊಂಬೆ ಬೇಕು? ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಯಲ್ಲ ಮರಿ, ಇದು ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಈ ಮೇಲಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಪೆಲ್ಲರ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಇದು ತಿರುಗು ವೇಗಕ್ಕೆ, ರಭಸಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಹಾರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಕೂತಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇವರೇ ಅದನ್ನ ನಡೆಸೋರು. ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಪೈಲಟ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ತಗೋ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಟ್ಕೋ.
ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನವೇ ರಮಣನಿಗೆ. ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನವೇ ರಮಣನಿಗೆ. ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ. ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ. ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ, ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ. ಎಲ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಯಾರೂ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ತಾತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ತಾತ? ತಾತ ತಾತ
ಪುಟ್ಟ, ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡು. ಕಾಣ್ಲಿಲ್ವಾ? ನಿನ್ನ ಒಳಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋ. ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು, ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು. ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ.
ಸಾಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲೆಯುವುದು, ಅಲೆ ಅಲೆ ಅಲಿ ಸಾಗರವೇ ಇಹುದು. ಸಾಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲೆಯುವುದು, ಅಲೆ ಅಲೆ ಅಲಿ ಸಾಗರವೇ ಇಹುದು. ರಮಣನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನಿಹೆನು, ನನ್ನ ಅನು ಅನುವಲು ರಮಣ ಇಹನು. ರಮಣನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನಿಹೆನು, ನನ್ನ ಅನು ಅನುವಲು ರಮಣ ಇಹನು. ರಮಣ ಇಹನು, ರಮಣ ಇಹನು, ರಮಣ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರಮಣ. ರಮಣ ಇಹನು, ರಮಣ ಇಹನು, ರಮಣ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರಮಣ. ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ತಾಯಾಗಿ ಬರುವುದು, ತಾಯಿನ ಎದೆಯಲು ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ತುಂಬಿಹುದು. ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ತಾಯಾಗಿ ಬರುವುದು, ತಾಯಿನ ಎದೆಯಲಿ ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ತುಂಬಿಹುದು. ರಮಣನಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನಿಹೆನು, ನನ್ನ ಅನು ಅನುವಲು ರಮಣ ಇಹನು. ರಮಣನಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನಿಹೆನು, ನನ್ನ ಅನು ಅನುವಲು ರಮಣ ಇಹನು. ರಮಣ ಇಹನು, ರಮಣ ಇಹನು, ರಮಣ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರಮಣ. ರಮಣ ಇಹನು, ರಮಣ ಇಹನು, ರಮಣ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರಮಣ. ರಮಣ 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 ರಮಣ. ಬೀಜದೊಳು ಮರವಿಹುದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಜವು ಹುಟ್ಟುವುದು. ಬೀಜದೊಳು ಮರ ಮರವಿಹುದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಜವು ಹುಟ್ಟುವುದು ರಮಣನಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನಿಹೆನು ನನ್ನ ಅಣುವಣುವಲು ರಮಣಾಯಿಹನು ರಮಣನಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನಿಹೆನು ನನ್ನ ಅಣುವಣುವಲು ರಮಣಾಯಿಹನು 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 ರಮಣ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರಮಣ ರಮಣಾಯಿಹನು ರಮಣಾಯಿಹನು ರಮಣ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರಮಣ.
I request Sri Venkatesh Deshpande ji, the President of Bhagwan Sri Ramana Research Center, to speak a few words on this occasion.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. It's such a wonderful journey. We all start with seeing Bhagwan outside, and we see Bhagwan in this photograph here, and we had a situation where Bhagwan was sitting in the photograph here also. So it all starts like that beautifully, and then slowly and slowly, we take Bhagwan within, right? And then initially we feel that Bhagwan is separate and he's away, and then slowly when we meditate and pray harder, then we realize, oh, God is within us. Hridaya kuhara madhye kevalam brahma matram. So Bhagwan is in the cave of our heart. But then that's a beautiful experience, because we think, oh yes, we are surrendered to Bhagwan. But that's the next stage. The next stage after that is when we see God within, then we see God without, right? Then we see God in everybody. In our parents and our other children, we see God everywhere. That's the beauty, that's the joy that all of us we have love for everybody, So that's what we are all seeking. We are all seeking the unity, not the separateness. We are seeing the unity among all of us. That's the love that Bhagwan is, and He is within each one of us. So that process, each one of us has to internalize. We have to go within. The more we go within, we'll actually see. We won't see the differences that lie outside. And once we don't see the differences outside, it's a beautiful journey, because full of love, and love. That's what this evening is all about. I thank you all parents for sending your lovely children to the center, and children were beautiful. It was such a lovely evening. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.
Today we have with us as one of the chief guests, Srimati Rupa Virendra Shadakshari, Director of Ramana Shri Groups of Companies. Rupa Shadakshari is an engineer by profession, having completed BE from BMS College of Engineering. She went in to work in technical support for a few years and eventually joined the family business with the Ramana Shri Group. And she is also part of all the social activities through the Ramana Shri Pratishtana. We are very happy to have you with us, ma'am. And with her, we have her son, Chiranjeevi Adi Shadakshari, who is in grade 8th student studying at the National Academy for Learning, and he is an avid debater, having participated in national and international debate competitions. He plays and follows the games of tennis, football, and basketball. His passion is playing the guitar, and will soon be performing live with his group. Today, we had the lives of 3 generations. One was Chellamma, and the next scene was Chellamma's son. And then we had one child from our own times. So in this, we find that Shadakshari ji and Mani Shadakshari ji was the first generation, after which we have Virendra Shadakshari ji and Aruna Akka, who are also part, and also Rupa ma'am, who has joined that generation of devotees of Ramana. And now we have the 3rd generation, Adisha and her sister, who have joined, and they are the young philanthropists, and they are also very devoted to Bhagwan Ramana. I request Adish to speak a few words on this occasion.
A very good evening and Namo Ramana to everyone present here. Ramana Maharishi is and has always been an integral part of my life and household. He has been a part of my father's earliest memories. As a 5-year-old child present in the Delhi center, one of his favorite things to do was to distribute aarti in the Delhi center. In our puja room, the biggest and largest photo of a god is none other than Ramana Maharishi. Every time I look at this beautiful photo, I feel mesmerized and I feel a connection with him. My grandfather, an extremely successful and inspirational person, states that he owes all his success to Ramana Maharishi, and I hope to become like him one day. My grandmother, who unfortunately isn't with us anymore, was also extremely devoted to Ramana Maharishi. Even during the hardships that she faced, she was motivated and enlightened by the thought of witnessing Ramana Maharishi. My biggest inheritance from this family, according to me, is that of the love for Ramana Maharishi. He has been a large part of our family for previous generations, and I hope that this goes on for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Adish. We are in Ramana, and Ramana is within. Ramana is the self. Ramana is the love, which is all pervading. And it is told in our Shastras, the Yajnavalkya says, Maitreyi, you love somebody because you are that love. Our mother loves us because the God's power which is shining within us is love. Ramana says, Ramana says, Ramana says, because God's power shines in you, your mother loves you. Ramana says, Ramana says, Ramana says, because God's power shines in me, my father loves me. Ramana says, Ramana says, Ramana says, because God's power shines in me, everyone loves me. And because that God's power is full of love, and we are all seeking our own self, but instead of searching for that love which is within, we are searching in the wrong place. We are searching for that love which gives us happiness, that love which does not know any separation, that love which is only union, is not to be found outside in the world. It is our own true nature. So Ramana tells us to turn within and find that true self. Find out who you are. You are not this body. If you are not the body, then who are you? Are you the mind? The mind is only filled with thoughts. From where does this thought arise? Turn to that source of thought and abide as the self. That is the true love. And through this path of self-enquiry, Ramana shows us what true love is. And he shines as that beloved in the heart, in the deep recess of our heart cave. We conclude today's cultural presentation with a Tilana celebrating Olumeye Ramana.
ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪಗಳನಂತ ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ಧ್ವನಿಗಳು ನೂರಾರು ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪಗಳನಂತ ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ಧ್ವನಿಗಳು ನೂರಾರು ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ
ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂತ ತನರಿರದಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂತ ತನರಿರದಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂತ ತನರಿರದಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂತ ತನರಿರದಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂತ ತನರಿರದಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂತ ತನರಿರದಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂತ ತನರಿರದಿ ನರುದಿ ಭೀಂ ತನನ ರೀ ಸ ನೀ ದ ಪಮಗ ಸಧಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನದಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ.
ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪಗಳನಂತ ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ಧ್ವನಿಗಳು ನೂರಾರು ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ.
ರೀ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ.
ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪಗಳನಂತ ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ಧ್ವನಿಗಳು ನೂರಾರು ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ.
ರೀ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ.
ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ರೂಪಗಳನಂತ ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯ ಧ್ವನಿಗಳು ನೂರಾರು ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ.
ತಾಕಿಟಜಂ 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 ತಜಂ ತಜಂ ತಕಿಟ ರಮಣ 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 ತಾಕಿಟಜಂ ತಜಂ ತಜಂ ತಕಿಟ ಧೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ಧೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ಧೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ಗರಿ ಸನಿದ ರಿಸನಿದವ ಸರಿ ಗಮ ಪರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ಧೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ಧೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ಧೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ಗರಿ ಸನಿದ ರಿಸನಿದವ ಸರಿ ಗಮ ಪರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ಧೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ತದೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ತದೀಂ ತಂ ತದಿಗಿಡತಂ ಧೀಂ ಪಗರಿ ಸನಿದ ಪರಿಸನಿದವ ಪಸರಿ ಗಮ ಪರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತ ಉದ ನಿಜಂ ತದನದಿರದಿ ನದೃದೀಂ ದೀಂ ತನನರಿ ಸ ನೀದ ಪಮಗಸದಿ
ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಬಂಗಾರ ಕಿರಣಗಳಂತೆ ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯು ಮನವನು ಸವರಿ ಸಾವಿರ ದಿನಕರ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಗೆ ಎಬ್ಬಿಸಿ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ ಪ್ರಭೆಯಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂಜಯ ಸುವರ್ಣ ಸೊಬಗನು ಚೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹರುಷ ಶರದಿಯಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಿ ಹುಕ್ಕಿತು ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ. ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಬಂಗಾರ ಕಿರಣಗಳಂತೆ ರಮಣನ ಒಲುಮೆಯು ಮನವನು ಸವರಿ ಸಾವಿರ ದಿನಕರ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಗೆ ಎಪ್ಪಿಸಿ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ ಪ್ರಭೆಯಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂಜಯ ಸುವರ್ಣ ಸೊಬಗನು ಚೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹರುಷ ಶರದಿಯಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿತು ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ ಒಲುಮೆಯೇ ರಮಣ ರಮಣ.
We have with us a senior Guru, Guru Srimati Rupa Hemant. She is a very much part of our center, and she is the senior Guru at Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning and also Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharshi Research Center. And currently she is the center head of Rasa Adaran, a center of arts for special children and adults. We are very happy to have her with us today. I request her to speak a few words on this occasion.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. So, Ujjwal and Adish, they were speaking about generations. So, I will talk about my journey in Ramana Maharshi Center. I came in through a competition. I won a prize, and Ashardaka invited me, called me to perform in her ballets, and that's how my journey started. And after that, I became a guru at Ramana Maharshi Center. So, I performed with Ambika Akka first. After my competitions, I used to perform with Ambika Akka. We have done a lot of programs in and around India. And that is one generation. Then I became a guru. I had my students, my wonderful students, Revathi, Ujjwal, Uma, Vincent, Ashwini, Divya, like that. I have wonderful set of students. I'm really blessed to have them. That is the third generation. And today we are seeing the fourth generation, if you count from me. Akka, of course, has seen 2 more generations before that. So it's like, speaking about generation, please, thank you. And this is a wonderful opportunity to every child. So please do send your children here and see the difference that they face the world. If you compare our children with other children, you will see the way the problem solving is taught, It comes automatically as soon as you come to Bhagwan. Bhagwan teaches you how to lead your life. So please do send the children. They will learn at a very early age without even realizing that they have learned something. They will start applying it, only then they will connect to what they had learned in their previous lessons. So please do send all your kids every day, regularly, to any program, whether they are performing or they have to watch as spectators. So please do encourage, and that's it. Thank you, Akka, for calling me. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.
Thank you, Akka. We were discussing the other day about the power of Ramana. When a child goes to a cricket course or a football course, they are taught to win the race. But here at Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning, we teach them to win and also to lose gracefully, to accept success and failure equally and enjoy every moment. That's what the theatre arts teaches us, and this is reiterated in every activity of Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning. I request President Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning, Dr. Sharda, to speak a few words on this occasion.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. It's always a very joyous occasion to see, especially, of course, we enjoy the seniors dancing, but to see children is something special because of their spontaneity, innocence. It's like the first love, no? It's like spring. It's very beautiful. So it was very joyous. It's always been joyous. I'm very happy today to have with me on the dais Srimati Mallika Rao, Srimati Sheila Suresh, who have given us the endowment for today's program, about which all of you have heard. And they are, of course, dear to me as family, but they are also dear and appropriate to have today because of their association, deep association with Indian art, And Mallika Rao's very deep association with Indian classical music, and music is the adhara for dance. So I'm very happy to have them here today. And I'm equally happy to have Rupa Virendra Shadakshari and Adish Virendra Shadakshari. Of course, I'm missing Virendra here and Diya, but we'll have them on another occasion. And it was very beautiful that what Ujjwal said had already been thought of by Adish, and he said it's coming down for generations. And Rupa took the cue, which I was going to say, that she's here for generations. The generations, how the Ramana Shakti, or what we call the Atma, the force of the self, is percolating down like the river flows towards the sea. And that's very beautiful in the Guru Shishya Parampara. It's like a parent and child. It's like grandparents. So for me, I'm a great-grandmother of today's performers. Okay, because if they are grandchildren for Rupa, then I'm the great-grandmother. So I can be a great-grandmother right now, you see. So it's very beautiful to see the parampara and the wonderful way in which the children performed. Theatre arts, there is no loss at all in theatre. There is no loss. Because every experience, see, we have the navarasas, we have sorrow also. We depict sorrow. When we depict sorrow, we don't feel sad. It's beautiful. We actually enjoy the depiction of sorrow. On the stage, when we are crying, it is not a painful sorrow, it's a beautiful sorrow. It is not excitable, painful anger, it's a beautiful anger. So it's catharsis. We undergo all the experiences without the pain of that experience and seeing the equality in all the experiences. And then gradually we can understand that everything is a part of the divine play. The whole of life is theatre. I also remember an example given by Shatavadani Ganesh. He says, we call something ugly. We may say a woman is ugly, a scene is ugly. And then you call a great artist to paint that scene or paint that woman who is actually, we say, when we see that or that person, we say that person is ugly. And then there is a painting which is made and the painting is put up for the exhibition. And we say, what a lovely painting. What a realistic painting. How beautifully he has painted this scene. Right? We don't say, what an ugly painting. We say, what a beautiful painting. So that is art. That is theatre. It is the rasa of beauty which underlies everything, the rasa of love which underlies everything. And we understand that beauty and that love as the basis for all experiences. Congratulations to every one of you. You performed brilliantly. Okay, thank you so much. And thank you, of course, to all the parents, without whose encouragement this wouldn't be possible. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramana.
I request Dr. Sharda to hand over a small token of love to Srimati Mallika Rao, a publication from our center, and also a special gift from Rasa, Chennai. The children, special adults and children from Rasa, Chennai have beautifully made a jewel box that is being given as a small token of love. And to Srimati Sheila Suresh, a small token of love to Guru Srimati Rupa Hemant, a small token of love to Srimati Rupa Virendra Shadakshari, and a small token of love to both Adish and Diya from our center. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this beautiful evening. Thank you. Namo Ramana.
Sri Ravi Shankar sir, I would request him to come onto the dais. And he is one of the eminent lighting designers in Bangalore and Karnataka, and has, of course, toured all over India and the world. And I think it's very sweet of him to have come and done the lighting design for our children's program, and you would have seen how effective it is.
For the music for this production was by Dr. Rajkumar Bharati, Sri L. Krishnan, and Dr. Ambika Kameshwar. The lyrics and direction was by Dr. Sharda. The audio recording was at Prabhat Studio in Baswangudi. And the lighting today, as Akka told, was by Sri Ravi Shankar and assisted by Madhu. The costume and the properties was by Uma Shripati and Ashwini Balaji. In the videography, we have the videography is by Sri Prem Shekhar sir and Akshay Kumar, who is helping us with that. And the makeup was by Kiran Raj and Akshay Kumar. And the backstage help, we had Srimati Sapna Ganesh and Uma Shripati. And photography is by Chandrasekhar ji. And the stage was set up by Altaf and Madhu. And the stage help, we had Lakshmama and Amaravati.
Olumeye Ramana, Olumeye Ramana, Olumeye Ramana, Olumeye Ramana. ಅನಂತ ನಾಮವ ಧರಿಸಿದ ರಮಣಗೆ ನಾಮ ವಂದನೆ ಹೇಳು. ಒಲುಮೆ 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 ಅನಂತ ನಾಮವ ಧರಿಸಿದ ರಮಣಗೆ ನಾಮ ವಂದನೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಜೀವ ಜೀವವು ನಗುತ್ತಲೇ ಹೇಳುವುದು ರಮಣನ ನಾಮವೇ. ಜೀವ ಜೀವವು ನಗುತ್ತಲೇ